Hello and welcome to Clipping In. Wednesday the 24th of July, and today I've got a ride in and around Queensbury and Thornton with a little bit of cycling, a little bit of history and plenty of climbing. It's a lovely morning. Some early mist has now lifted and it's sun's breaking through. Just look into Shipton Vale over there. Isn't that super? Like something out of Switzerland. So I've been riding for 6 miles from my front door and I'm in this wonderful countryside already. I came out Hipper home at North Arham and I'm heading the outskirts of Queensbury via Shipton Vale. Beautiful stuff. Country that's featured on that Sub 2 series that I did in November and December last year. And really today's ride was destined for that series, but there were a few icy mornings, so I cried off, picked a flatter route, and I'm finally getting around to it. We're climbing it. You can see a mill there with a chimney and what looks like a tower with some scaffolding around it. You would be forgiven for thinking this might be Kathmandu, but it's actually Queensbury. Yeah, what a place. I think the village itself is somewhere around 1,200 feet, so that's getting up for 400 meters, isn't it? 360, I don't know. I avoided Queensbury Central by riding along Roper Lane. I'm heading towards the Raggles. Look at the view over Bradshaw and over towards Ovenden. I just tilt slightly. Fantastic. Oh yes. I'm just carefully turning off the main road near this farm shop onto Deep Lane. Some debris on this road, be careful. It gets, when you get heavy rain, they get flooded out. All the bits of flint and gravel. Now once we get past a little bit of these trees and hedges, the view will open out. You see why I didn't fancy this on an icy morning, because you've got so much overlap with the trees. You don't get any sun. If you've had a hard frost, you can be in trouble. These little slicks too. But we're in no rush. Left turn. Now you can see a spire ahead. That's Thornton Church, I think. I'm dropping down to Thornton, which once upon a time was a standalone village, but it's now been swallowed up by the Bradford conurbation. And we're going this way to go under a rather magnificent railway viaduct. Disused railway, but the viaduct still stands. I think it's got a preservation order on it. There was a tremendous, what they call Queensbury Triangle at one time, where a line from Halifax came up under some tunnels, a line went to Bradford, and a line came in the sort of Keighley Worth Valley, and they all joined near Queensbury. So this viaduct, I'm just taking steady here, that's it. You'll see when I go up. It's quite a feat of engineering. I hope you can catch all that. Come on. Quite a steep descent. And again, on an icy morning, these things don't get gritted. So this is Headley Lane, which takes its name from Lower and Upper Headley Hall, which were built in Tudor days. We'll get a look soon when I get some breath back. Might have to put captions up. Come on. Come on. Right, gotcha. Yeah, I can't talk on here. Way too steep and too long. You maybe read that sign. Headley Hall, 1589. There's a story behind this that I'll tell soon. Right, back on. So Headley Hall came about with those dates that we've seen in Tudor days, because after the dissolution of the monasteries, late 1530s, Henry VIII bundled up possessions belonging to Nostell Priory and sold them on to ambitious minor gentry, and this area was bought and parcelled up into three, and one of the minor gentry went by the name of Midgley from North Arham, and they became lord of the manor for a good 200-250 years until an inevitable change in fortune, dilution, and they gradually sunk into trade and commerce. Who knows, they might have even ended up as cycling vloggers on YouTube. Oh my goodness, what a fate. Now looking ahead, those hills, the direction that I started, Queensbury up there. I'm going to bear left, heading more in the direction of Queensbury on pit lane. Still climbing, but nothing as savage as that ramp before Headley Hall. Oof, that was brutal. I mean, yeah, I stopped to take a picture, if you like, of Headley Hall, but I was glad to do that. I wasn't in that much of a hurry. And marvellous to think that I've been riding 1 hour and I'm in the middle of all this. Eventually this road will climb up to football ground, Queensbury Celtic I think they're called, not too far from the Raggles. You don't get many cheap miles around here. Only the downhill ones. I rejoined the main road, not far from Raggles, where I said, and because I've got one eye on the clock, I'm heading back on the main road now. So this is Mountain Village, the highest part of Queensbury, formerly home of the Mountain Press, who made some very, very interesting local history books amongst other things. Their home was there, I think, on the left. Scooting down the main road towards Shelf. The Pennines there. What a huge expanse. The backbone of England. Catch a glimpse of Headley Hall around this corner. What a fine addition to the Sub 2 series. I've had a couple of stops, so I'm not quite sure, but I think around an hour and a half ride time. But it feels like all the Sub 2 partners a proper self-contained ride, and it would be very easy to extend that kind of ride. And if you did a few repeats on Headley Lane, good grief, you'd certainly know you'd been somewhere. So what I'll do, sign off for this edition of Clipping In. It's bye for now. See you very soon back out on the Yorkshire roads for some Clipping In anniversary rides. Bye bye.